Y'all, before we get started in this video, I just want to say that we actually shot a really cool, really long, in-depth 25-minute video that was perfect. We shot in one take. It was the best that I've done so far.
Yeah, it was quite good in my opinion.
Yeah, and there was no audio because I didn't set up the audio interface correctly. So the video you're about to watch is the second take, which I'm sure it'll be good, but I just want you to know I'm in pain right now. Vad fan är det, bro? Vad fan? Vad fort. Anyways, let's start the video. Hello. Hello, nayokenza.
Wait.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take a snack. Sorry, I'm gonna steal one more this time.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Yeah, dude, it was such a good video.
We knew it again.
Fan jävla skit.
I'll probably make it a little more succinct.
Okay. Fan jävla skit helvete. Alright. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to another video. My name is Nayokenza, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. Probably my favorite guest. So, yeah. Please introduce who you are.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I live in Tokyo. I'm an artist and I do watercolor and mostly I draw in my sketchbook. I really like drawing in pen. I color whole entire pages full of just ballpoint pen. So, yeah.
That is actually pretty impressive, though. Drawing in pen is like living life on the edge.
Yeah,
it's, more
it's more like coloring in pen, though. It just takes like hours and hours, but you know, I enjoy it. That's why I keep doing it. So
nice, very nice. All right, now before we get into these questions, though, I guess what should we say about ourselves? We forgot to say. We said in the last video, but we didn't say in this video. Oh. What's our connection?
Oh, yeah, I'm his mom.
Yeah.
The dumbass over here. No,
Surprise!
I'm younger and I'm his mom.
Yeah, it's funny how God works in mysterious ways. Yeah. No, we're cousins.
Yeah, cousins. Yeah, he's my cousin. Yeah.
It's good to have family in Tokyo. We both live in Tokyo. Tokyo can be kind of a lonely city.
Oh.
So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm really lucky to have him around for sure.
And likewise, I think having family here can be a lifeline.
Yeah.
And yeah, so let's get into it. Now, I think you might have just answered this question again, but let's go ahead and... Sorry, we're still reeling from the first video not having any audio. So let's do the introduction real quick. Questions with Sarah. Alright, ta-da. Now, I'm going to use my announcer voice for these questions because I'm seething on the inside.
Oh, I'd like to hear that.
Question number 1. Please tell us about yourself.
Didn't I already do that?
Yeah, I'm just going to replay that clip.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I live in Tokyo. I'm an artist and I do watercolor and mostly I draw in my sketchbook. I really like drawing in pen. I color whole entire pages full of just ballpoint pen. So, yeah.
Back here. Alright, here we go. Question number 2. Here we go. Please tell me about your creative process. We've done everything before for the other video, but we're gonna have to do it again.
No, I know. I was just thinking like, do I have a creative process?
I think you had.
I think I do.
3 or
I think
4.
yes, I do. I have 3.
Yeah.
3. First one is just drawing for the sake of drawing. Like for example, if you have art block or something, just drawing squiggly lines, straight lines, coloring, just swirls. That's one creative process, just to kind of like alleviate art block, or if I'm meditating or something like that, just to get like dump something on the page, or when I want to be productive, but my brain won't let me because of art block.
I like that. It's like you're kind of, you're not tricking your mind, but it's like you're still just kind of going with the muscle memory so you don't lose it.
It's almost like I'm making art but making nothing at the same time. I swear to God I would color a whole entire page one color if I could, but I usually, the art block, dies out after about half the page or something.
Do you ever find that you might have started off just like, coloring for the sake of coloring, and then halfway through you're like, oh, I actually quite like this. And then
yeah, it happens a lot. That's how I started drawing like just squiggly lines, and it kind of looks like typography. Yeah, it kind of freaks them out, but
yeah, one of those freaks me out. There's one picture that freaks me out. I can't look at it.
I quite like them though. That actually started from art block. Yeah. I didn't know what to draw, and so I just kind of started drawing lines. I was like, yeah, I kind of like how this looks, and then I just kept going with it. It's kind of a thing I do now.
We'll come back to art block in a bit, but that's tight.
The second way is like I just have a thought or a feeling, and I just, without using pencil or anything, I just use a pen and just quickly just do some line art on a page and just color it in. Like, I definitely know there's one of a rabbit and a girl that I drew that's like, let's do something and it's like the worst art, and I literally wrote that at the top and bottom because like I thought it was horrible, but I just wanted to draw it and get it out of my system. And like, you know, even though I'm sitting there coloring it for like 3 hours going, wow, I wish I could move that line, I can't, but you know, it works out. I you know, there's always a little bit of charm in it, you know, that like makes it a little bit endearing, just like
I like the concept of like taking maybe art that wasn't your best and then adding like a caption, like a cheeky caption.
Yeah,
like,
basically, it's basically to try to cheer myself up.
Yeah, I like that a lot too.
And then the last process is the most in-depth one, and it's when I.
Okay, sorry.
It's when I see like art, maybe art that I like, or maybe I see a model that's in a certain position, or literally I just want to draw the model, or see, you know, something that like just like in nature, or a picture that I saw that I usually take a picture and I use inspiration from it, or something like that, and I really like it, and I take the time to sketch it with a pencil in my sketchbook, and then, you know, once I have the sketch down, then I go to another sketchbook and do some like thumbnails and do color theory and figure out what colors I like, and then spend like 8 hours coloring it. You know, it's a questionable process because in that case, the art tends to be more stiff and not as fluid. So I tend to actually, even though I spend more time and effort on those, I tend to not be as happy with those, which is really surprising because like you would think the ones that I spend the most time on I would like the most. It's actually kind of the opposite. The ones that I do really roughly and there are imperfections and that makes it endearing, makes me somehow like it more.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Which is just so stupid of me. Like, why would I spend so much time on something if I know I'm not gonna like it? But you know, you know, when you have that idea, you just gotta get it out of your brain, or it's just gonna be stuck there for a while.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even if I don't like it so much now, I can always use it for inspiration and like upgrade it in the future. It's always my mindset, is that even if I don't like it now, the thought is down and I can always upgrade it later. You know, which I think is something really good to do, like take inspiration from your own art and like try to level up what you've done in the past. So
I love that, and I totally relate to that. It's like sometimes like you could like overcook a song or something, like you just spend so much time and it's just so heady that when you come back the next day you're like, what the was this? But then like you can take parts out of it, you can use that, or you can learn something that you learned from making that song, you can put something else. So oh, speaking of songs and art, I forgot to mention this too because we're on the second take of this shot. But Sarah actually illustrated one of the videos for I Was the Ocean once. Yeah, at this time I believe it was I can't remember if it was Set Sail or Atlas. I'm in the middle of like making all the EPs and recording vocals and stuff. But when the song is out, depending on when this video comes out, I'll put the link for that there. But yeah,
maybe there'll be a pen drawing in there.
Yeah, I was really happy.
Pen coloring is more like it.
No, I think you did pencil for that one though. But you used like 3 colors. You used like 3 primary colors. Yeah.
Oh no, just red and blue.
Red and blue. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just 2 colors. I'm so happy with the way it is. It's such a cool video.
That was a pencil drawing. Very different from what I normally draw, but yeah, you know.
I'm happy with it. It's like a nice time lapse of like really cool illustration. But yeah, I'll put the link for that video down below when the video comes out, and depending on when this video comes out. All right. Well, let's go on to the third question, and this is one of my favorite questions from the list. Back to my announcer voice. What do you need to have in order to be creative? Perhaps a comfortable place, a certain drink, cozy socks. What creature comforts do you require?
Well, not much.
Not much?
Not much, no. Like a table.
Yes.
Yeah, a table that I can put my sketchbook on. Sometimes not even table, sometimes I just use my bed. So, somewhere to put my sketchbook, preferably somewhere that's like higher than my knees, unless I'm laying down, and then directly in front of my face. In that case. And then, you know, I guess the only other thing that really matters is like, I quite like to be alone when I do art. I don't like to be surrounded by people. Quite a solitary thing for me to do. Sometimes friends are around me, but usually even then I'm a little self-conscious. So, yeah, usually just alone.
I know what you mean. Like last year I was doing sound design for this like short like fashion film, and like the producers came over to my house to like go over sound design with me.
Been really
Yeah. Like it wasn't even me making proper music. I was kind of just like, go away. Like, why are you here? It felt so bad.
Yeah.
But like,
it's almost like they're watching you like you're doing something wrong. And I know they're just curious. I really know. They just want to know your process and what it looks like start to finish.
Yeah.
You know, but it feels like they're just like, you need to change that. And you're like, but this is my process. And like, but you need to change that. I feel like that's what they're doing, like in their heads. But I'm sure they're not as creative as we are, so they're probably just making sure.
The gift.
Yeah, they don't even probably know what they're staring at. It's like looking at like some logarithmic equation.
And I feel like how there's some people who can like they thrive on like going outside and being arty in public. Like I'm not one of those either.
Yeah, like I was telling you, I tried to climb a mountain, and it's a relatively small mountain. Like, it takes like an hour or two to climb. But at the top, I was like, I'm gonna bring my sketchbook, and it's gonna be so pretty at the top, and I'm gonna want to sketch all these cool things. Like, there's these really cool routes that are all like intricately intertwined with each other, and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, it doesn't happen. There's not a table on the mountain. Like, if there is, it's a picnic table and people are eating there, and I don't want to like block the whole entire space for it. There's like one table for the whole mountain. I'm not gonna take up this table. And then also there's people everywhere. Yeah. Like, get out of here. Yeah. I don't want you watching me. Like, it's actually better for me just to take a picture and then sketch it later on in the middle of the night when I should be sleeping. That's the timing. Yeah. So that's what I tend to do, is just take pictures and be like, I will take inspiration from this later. Thank you very much. Yeah,
dude, it just feels
continue
like.
With the hike.
Alright, with that being said, let's go on to number 4, and this is another good question. If I do say so myself, I made the questions. Alright, let me get my announcer voice. What can hinder your creative process?
People. Yeah, I was saying it earlier. People. If people are watching me, no, it's not gonna happen. Alcohol. Yeah. If I'm drunk, I'm just not in the right headspace to do art. I don't even think about it. It's not even I'm in the right headspace. Like, oh, I should do this. It's like I don't even think about it. Like, it's not a thought that comes to mind. It's just I'm too busy being drunk. Yeah. Which doesn't happen often. It's not like a.
No, but like I was saying,
any kind of alcohol or like any kind of anything that would influence me. Yeah. Oh no. I need to be clear-headed. Yeah. If anything, it sounds weird, but I need to be hungry actually. Like, I do better on an empty stomach for some reason than like if I just ate dinner and I sit down to do art. I'm just like
going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm done. Like, my brain is too slow. Yeah. I just want to sit there and like veg out,
Do you reckon it's because you have to have a bit of pain in artist pain, so you have to have? Okay, no.
What?
Well, you said you have to be hungry, and like hungry sometimes can be painful in artist pain. I was trying to make a joke that was corny, but back to what you were saying about like being inebriated and stuff. Yeah. I feel like for me, like I can never make music when I'm drunk, and I think like being drunk and my creativity, like space in my brain, it's like the same space.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like they take up that same exact space, so it's like one or the other. It's not both. It's not possible.
Yeah. But I could be trashed and DJ, but it'd just be like Chief Keef 17 times in a row. But I used to DJ trashed all the time back in the day.
I could explain my sketchbook drunk. That would be interesting.
Let's try that. Let's try that. I want to see that. Yeah.
Something that can happen for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Not saying it will stick though.
All right, question number 5. Now, I'm really curious to hear you expand a bit further on one of the topics you were saying earlier. So question 5 is, how do you deal with a block in creativity?
Oh, art block. It's a big thing I deal with. I mean, sometimes I have art block when I'm busy, but I'm busy and I don't have time for art, so that makes it easy.
Tokyo's a busy city. We're always busy out here. Oh my goodness.
And then sometimes when I have art block, I really like there's nothing I can really do about it. I just kind of have to work with it. So sometimes in my sketchbook, they're just like pages and pages of pages of bad art. And like next to it, sometimes I find myself writing comments like, lol, what did you think you were doing? Or like, the f is this? Or like, you know, or like there are some pages where I just have like written on top like, don't mind me, art block coming through or something like that, you know? But I mean, sometimes I feel like you just gotta get it out of your system. It's almost like a glass of water. It's not gonna empty itself. You gotta empty it by yourself. And so to do that, you kind of just have to work your way through it.
But what were you saying before though about in the first take about the
Oh yeah, sometimes you just gotta roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta roll with it. Like once I just had a really big problem drawing faces. The rest of the body I was fine, but the faces I just like could not do for the life of me. But I really wanted to keep drawing, so instead I just kept drawing circles where their faces were. And eventually I just started putting like silly eyes and stuff on them, and I was like, oh, it kind of looks like a mask. And then I just kind of made everyone wearing a mask that I was drawing. And then finally by the end, I think I ended up drawing like maybe animals with masks on, and then I drew one animal without a mask, and then I just kept going. Like took the night off. I was like, all right, that's good enough for now. And I came back later on and was like, oh my god, it's like a radioactive rabbit that has like 2 sets of ears, 2 sets of eyes, 2 sets of, you know, paws, 2 sets of tails, like all that kind of stuff. And it just looks,
I like that.
It was a nice little gem there, you know?
Yeah.
And I never would have drawn it, I think, if I hadn't gone on like some kind of mask rampage.
I like that a lot. So like kind of like, I guess, walking through your block in order to like find creativity that you wouldn't have had for the block.
Yeah. I mean, also I do other things like drawing like the topography lines, or just other squiggly lines, or just straight lines, again, lines, or just coloring with a pen, you know, just to, because I want to be productive, but I don't want to not do art, you know.
So you're not like forcing yourself to meet expectations.
Yeah, I don't have to draw a face, but I'm still putting effort into finishing art. You know what I mean? Like getting the ball rolling kind of thing. Or another thing is like, oh, it's kind of the same thing, but like I just find an unfinished piece of work, basically one that I already have the line art for, and all I need to do is sit there and color, which takes hours. So usually I end up like having a new idea while I'm drawing or coloring in one, and so I just skip and go to the next, and then skip and go to the next. So like I have a whole bunch of sketches that are just like unfinished. They just need to be colored. You know, it takes 12 hours to color each one.
Only 12 hours. Only 12 hours.
Yeah, it's not that long, you know, just full day of work, you know. So yeah, sometimes I'll just go back and like work on one of those because I feel productive, like I'm doing something creative, which I'm not, because I have all the colors already planned out. You know,
I still think that's good. It's like utilizing the muscle memory to still keep you kind of in the game without having to like, you know, put too much pressure on trying to create something brand new.
Yeah, trying to put my pressure to like, you need to get this to look beautiful and perfect the first try, even though it's definitely not gonna happen.
And now the last question, and this is my favorite question. And this is a question I'm really interested to ask you, because I would like to do this at some point together. So question number 6, and once again my announcer voice. What would be your ideal creative retreat?
Maybe somewhere where it's like perpetually midnight, and like not like where it's like always dark outside, like the feeling of midnight, where it's always like it's quiet outside, like once an hour you'll hear a car go by, you know, everyone else in your house or wherever is like sleeping, and you know they're sleeping because you hear them roll over or go to the bathroom and come back or something like that. So if the feeling that you're like the only one left, and like, you know, it's dark in your room and there's like a spotlight and you're sitting there just like, I gotta get this done, so like I gotta sleep before I just pass out.
So your place is like a different dimension type of place.
Yeah,
right?
It feels like a different dimension.
I like that. So like for you, like though, like do you do your best art like at night, you would say, or do you do it like up?
Basically when I should be sleeping is when I do my best art, because it's like I know I should be doing something right now, so I'm gonna be defiant and do what I want to do.
Nah, I feel you on that. Especially like with like living in Tokyo and being so busy, it's like you have to steal time for yourself sometimes. Yeah. And like even though it's actually worse for you because you're not sleeping, you do feel like a small victory. Like, haha, I've got some time for myself.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally understand that. Makes sense.
All right, but now like, you know, so in the future, like, you know, I definitely would like to go like on a 2-week excursion with you or something to do art. In a real world location, what would be a place you would like to go to?
Well, I mean, I don't think like the country per se really matters. Just I feel like having the I don't know, the idea of like slow living, you know, where everything is purposeful.
Okay.
Like there's not, for me example right now, there's a convenience store that I pass on the way to work, on the way to school, you know, I pass all these things all the time, and it's just a temptation just to, just let me just go in and see if there's anything I like.
Yeah.
Or, let me just go to the go to the supermarket, see if anything's on sale. Like just, it's like I'm walking around like it's my free time.
Yeah.
And I don't realize I'm eating at my free time, and then I get home and it's like, it's already time for dinner.
That's fair.
Oh
That's
man.
fair.
But you know, if you're living somewhere where it's purposeful, it's like, okay, here's a list of what we need. This is what we're eating this week. Let's go out and buy the groceries for the whole entire week now. And then, you know, maybe the convenience store is like a 25-30-minute walk away, and you need to have a list of what you want to get when you go, and it's not like just, let's just go there because, you know,
let's just go lollygag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like what you're saying is kind of like having, I guess, an environment where you kind of have to be at home to create things unless you specifically need to venture out to get something.
Yeah.
That's cool. I never thought about that process.
It kind of forces you to stay at home. Not like forces you, but like if you're gonna go out to do something, you need to have a plan, essentially. Right? I mean, of course, there'd be nice things around there, you know, hiking and just enjoying the scenery, but I feel like in those cases, because there's less people, you actually could, you know, sit out there and maybe, well, I don't know if I'd bring a table, but I'd be up there in like the hataka, like just like table and chair. And maybe I wouldn't do that, but you know, definitely I enjoy that kind of thing.
And it does feel like, because like, you know, you're not in Tokyo, so you are specifically outside of your surroundings for the purpose of art. That I do think, like, even for me, like, I'm not someone who wants to create outside, but in that specific context, with less people, I reckon I could.
Although, but it's being on like a second or third floor, and then having like a big window and my desk like right under the window, and just being like, this is beautiful, and like always sketching that window and like what you see out the window. I would like that. That would be nice.
That's a good compromise.
You'd have to have a good scenery though. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like, if you did it where I live, it's like, here's the wall of the building next to you. Yay! Like, no. Yeah, it's not really gonna work like that. But I kind of, you know, enjoy seeing the beauty in the world, not just in Tokyo.
I mean,
Tokyo exactly. It's great. It's great, but
it's a metropolis. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? Oh man, I'm still bummed about the first take not making it, but these questions second time is just as good.
Yeah, I don't think it got.
It's still quite long. The video is still quite long though.
Yeah, we had like 5 minutes added to the beginning.
Yeah, but still, guys, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, now we do have another 2 videos in the pipeline. Sarah and I are going to do a question-based game 2 times over. One with me interviewing her, and one with her interviewing myself, me, whatever. But anyways, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please like it. Please think about subscribing. I know it's a lot to do. Just think about it. You don't have to commit yourself to my channel just yet, but think about it.
And that feels good.
Yeah. And we'll have the links for Sarah's art down below in the description and all that stuff. And see you in the next video. Thank you.
Bye.